Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day to start to things off. It says Bitcoin has been fairly unpredictable over the past few months. That is an understatement. In December, when the cryptocurrency fell under 7,000 US dollars, majority of analysts were expecting a retracement to the 5,000s, citing the existence of the important, or ever-important, 200-week moving average. And at the top near 10,000 established in mid-February, half of the crypto Twitter was convinced Bitcoin was going to retake 14,000 US dollars, then surge to fresh heights. True to the nature of the age-old Warren Buffett quote, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Bitcoin did the exact opposite of what the majority expected, rallying out of the December lows and crashing from the February highs. One fund manager, however, went against the grain. His name is Su Tzu, CEO and CIO, fancy, of Three Arrows Capital, remarked that Bitcoin will likely end January around 9,000, 25% higher than the market price, which was when he made that comment. And he was right. Now he's back, arguing that there's a good likelihood that Bitcoin will hit 50,000 US dollars relatively quickly. Here's why he thinks so. In a recent tweet, Su Tzu remarked that Bitcoin could rally to 50,000 relatively quickly, which would mark a 730% gain from the current price of 6,000 US dollars. As to why he thinks such explosive growth can take place in such a short amount of time, Su looked to the fact that several emerging markets are now pricing in significant risk of sovereign defaults. Su added that when the US dollar set in a course for inflation, it will be hard to turn back from, which has been corroborated by trends in the bond market. The printing and distribution of $1.5 trillion, the money that's going to be given out to every American, the lowering of interest rates, all of this stuff adds up to what could be potentially a calamity in traditional marketees. I tried to make it rhyme and it didn't work out too well. The point is, we are seeing, I'm not sure if it is the last 3 days of the cryptocurrency market moving up in price, but a lot of people with the bullish predictions have started to pop their heads back out again. This one says, a factor that predicted the Bitcoin crash in 2018 suggests bullish action is ahead. Over the past few days, you've likely noticed a lot of buzz about a trend in the crypto space. Tether, the company behind the USDT stablecoin, has begun to issue millions upon millions of their coin. Below is one such transaction outlining a minting of Tether coins at the Tether treasury, so to say. Although these millions may seem arbitrary in an industry worth over 100 billion US dollars, there is evidence to suggest that large mints of this crypto asset precede strong surges in the price of Bitcoin. Apparently, they created 60 million Tether. For those of you who may not be aware, or rather, I'll give you the actual, I won't give you the history of Tether. It's more of a, historically, we've seen since 2017, whenever Tether are minted or printed or created, that usually Bitcoin's price moves up. The theory was many years ago, and this has never been, is the word substantiated? No one knows for sure. The idea was that when Tether was printing Tether, that they were simply using, let's say, the 60 million Tether to buy up Bitcoin. And therefore, this would push the price of Bitcoin up. However, allegedly, the people from Tether told us that they make the Tether when they get new money from investors, because these investors want the Tether for themselves, or something about pushing more liquidity into Tether because they foresee that there's going to be a major move in the market. And therefore, with the increased want of Tether in the market, this shows that more people are interested in Bitcoin, and therefore Tether is being sloshed around a lot more as people buy Bitcoin. Does it make sense? Of course it doesn't. I mean, logically, yes, it does, but no one really knows the actual answer. So the point is, more Tether has been created. I think there was some a couple of months ago as well. I can't remember the exact amount. It's always a really weird number. Anyway, this is another reason why people think the prices have been going up, that apparently there's renewed interest in the market, and therefore Tether created more coins for this extra interest, and this is what caused the price of the cryptocurrency market to go up. On the same note, it says Bitcoin printed this exact pattern prior to 2019's explosion to 14,000. It's back. I don't even have to read it because you can pretty much probably figure out exactly what the article is going to be about. A lot of people are very bullish on everything that's happening within the cryptocurrency space. There are a lot of major events coming up, regardless of what might currently be happening on the planet. A lot of people think that we are priming ourselves for a potential breakout, breakthrough, break forward, break up in the prices of the entire cryptocurrency market over the next couple of months. Not weeks. It's definitely supposed to be months. And to just in case you had a hot air balloon that was going up, I'm going to deflate a little bit right now. It says crypto strategist who accurately called Bitcoin's crash to 3,200 says major shift incoming. He pretty much predicts that Bitcoin is going to go back down. What do I always say? The price can go where? Either up or down. At the moment, I don't exactly care. I will be honest with you. If Bitcoin does go back to 3,200, I'm just going to buy more. Why would I not be buying more? That's my own personal investment strategy for myself. And if it goes up, I'm probably going to have at least 15 moments throughout the course of a couple of months where I'm going to FOMO into the market, but I'll still be making money because the price will be going up. So either way, for me, it's a win-win because I believe in the long-term fundamentals of where all of this is going. A lot of the stuff that's been taking place the last couple of months weeks even, has been it has boosted my confidence even more in the cryptocurrency market and in Bitcoin being deflationary and us knowing exactly how much can be printed, because there's not a way to print 1.5 trillion more Bitcoin and sprinkle it around the world. Anyway, that's the price action crypto news. Bitcoin crashing, potentially rising 50,000 couple of months news. Let's move on. Next up, Bitcoin's quadrennial, big word, halving is almost upon us. With just 50 days to go until Bitcoin's mining reward is sliced in half. Decrypt took a look at what happened during at least the last two halvings and conjectures on what we can expect this time around. There's a photo of a bell with a Bitcoin on it. In just over a month, Bitcoin's block reward will split in two, decreasing from the current 12.5 BTC per block to 6.25. Ooh. The block reward is an amount of Bitcoin that is given to a miner when a new block in the blockchain is created. It's designed to reward miners for running the network. There's a little chart right there. The halving will slice the amount of new Bitcoin being produced in half, slowing inflation and limiting the new supply of Bitcoin. I don't have to explain the halving anymore. This is something we've spoken about a quintillion times on this channel. It is getting closer. Raise your hand if you remember when we were like, Bitcoin's halving is 400 days away. Bitcoin's halving is only 300 days away. Bitcoin's halving is less than 100. We are so close to it, it hurts. I don't assume the next 50, 48, 20, whatever days are going to zoom by quickly. But we are a lot closer than we were before, and I think this is also picking up a lot of the momentum. The halving has been spoken about. It's been years that we've been talking about the halving, and we're finally very close to it. And I assume that this is also just, assumption. Also, maybe pushing the prices forward because everyone's really hyped about this event. To say that I'm not would be a complete lie. I've had dinners with friends where I've just spoken about the halving. Anyway, it's closer than it was before. I'm extremely excited. I am looking forward to see what's going to happen. For some reason, I have a strange feeling. Now, this may or may not come true because that's how reality works. I have a feeling that as we get closer to it, something bad is going to happen to Bitcoin's price. I can feel it. As we get closer to it, either whales are going to push the price down to try and scare everyone, or after the halving, the price is also going to go down. Something detrimental, not detrimental is the wrong word. Something price-remental will happen where the price goes down and everyone kind of gets afraid. But this is also just another accumulation period for whales and stuff like that. But I have a feeling it won't all be sunshine and rainbows because the people who know how to push things down know how to do it well. Anyway, that's the Bitcoin halving news. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, on the 17th of March, Hawaii set its first ever pilot program for digital currency Sandbox in motion to lure more investment. What's wrong with me? First of all, it's morning, like morning, not like half morning. So give my brain some time to wake up. The words just don't flow today. Sandbox in motion to lure more investments in the field. The successful launch was the result of a collaboration between the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Hawaii Technology Development Corporation, and the Division of Financial Institutions. I'm doing bad today. They said we are in an era where everyone is turning to lead a digital way of life, from digital shopping, digital entertainment to digital currencies. There is no denying that digital currency has caught the attention of regulators around the world for the apparent benefits they possess. These benefits for them. Earlier this month, the South African country Zimbabwe announced a regulatory crypto sandbox in its efforts to streamline activities in the crypto space and breathe life into its staggering economy. Similarly, Russia pronounced its interest in stablecoins in December by kickstarting its stablecoin experiment in the regulatory sandbox. On Tuesday, it was Hawaii that announced the establishment of a 2-year-long program called the Digital Currency Innovation Lab, which will enable crypto firms to operate without a money transmitting authorization. Per the announcement, the initiative will assist the government in acquiring more insight into digital currency and help them weigh its pros and cons realistically. Cool. Remember, I keep saying any state that has good crypto regulations is probably going to get a lot of people to their state. Hawaii, already a popular destination, is also trying to open up their doors to make sure that the money continues flowing there. Because what better place to, I don't know what their tax rate is. I have a feeling it's not something favorable. If they lower that tax rate, you are going to have a lot of crypto startups moving directly to Hawaii. I mean, the nice weather, the temperature, wearing shorts all day, your computer sitting by the beach. I mean, anyway, I guess I'm fantasizing about the idea of being a crypto millionaire in Hawaii. Anyway, that's the Hawaii news, Hawaii Sandbox news. This is happening all over the planet because they realize money. I mean, it's almost impossible to make this clearer. They're finally getting that this is where all the money is, and they need to make sure that they get the money because they want money. Here's the actual announcement right here. It says DCCA news release. Hawaii launches first sandbox for digital currency. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, legendary video game company, the Atari Group, will conduct an ICO aimed at launching a cryptocurrency casino. Atari was founded in 1972. Wow. Sunnyvale, California, through ownership has changed hands several times since then, of course. The company currently belongs to Atari Interactive, a subsidiary of the French publisher Atari SA. Its stock is listed on the New York Stock Exchange Euronext Paris with a current market cap of just under $50 million. And now the company is entering crypto. According to the company's March 10th press release, they said in 2018, the Atari Group had granted an Atari brand license to Infinity Networks Limited to develop a blockchain project combining, on the one hand, the creation of a cryptocurrency, the Atari token, and on the other hand, the creation of a decentralized platform giving access to all forms of digital entertainment, a very broad offer ranging from video games to films and music. Oh, okay. But since the project was not progressing at the speed expected by Atari, the company had amicably terminated the agreement. Oh, that's sad, because I think they could have actually... Since recovering the rights, Atari Group has decided to separate its blockchain initiative into 2 separate projects. I think they could have actually done pretty well if the people from Atari had actually gained the rights to multiple other video game franchises that were either popular years ago that no one really played, kind of has like a nostalgic feel to them. You could have on their platform, especially the entire thing where we see was like HBO streaming and what's the other one? Disney Plus and Netflix and all these other things. Imagine an Atari one that was like $4.99 a month where you could play hundreds of old video games, if not newer ones that they themselves were creating. You could watch films, listen to music. I think it could have actually worked, but I guess maybe timing. Who knows what was going on behind the scenes. The Atari Group is partnering with another company for assistance in going crypto. They said in a partnership with the ICICB, that's what it's called, group in successive steps through private placements starting as early as March 2020 with a public sale by September. Good luck. September 30th of 2020. Atari is also working on the liquidity of the Atari token by facilitating the registration of this token on the main exchange platforms. In terms of the Atari token, the terms of the Atari token will be announced at the time of launch, the Atari Group being entitled to, oh boy, the Atari Group being entitled to 35% of the proceeds from the sale of the Atari token. I mean, it's money. We know how money works. I think they would have done a lot better with this especially if they had created like it was going to be a decentralized platform for all of these things. That would have caught on, I think, very, very quickly. I mean, if you have the right marketing, anything can catch on. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I guess by August, we'll start hearing more rumblings of the Atari token. I do wish them good luck. This is not the first time that we've seen a company that we have not heard from in a while. And don't say that you have. You're probably one of like 1,000 people trying to re-enter something by throwing their name on it and slapping crypto on it as well. I think who knows? This could be great. This could be wonderful. In 5 years, we could all be playing Atari video games on a blockchain. But this was fairly large news. I think any major company that we can recognize by name getting into crypto is fairly big. It's just that the launch of tokens, especially if the ICO goes off in the 30th of September and the crypto market hasn't fully recovered or has fully recovered, and by the time this ends up actually launching in December, January, and the crypto market is back down again, well, this coin's also not going to fare very well. I think, I don't know. I think it's just something behind the scenes where all these companies think that they can continue to make billions of coins in that, because usually the way that things work normally, people were asking before, like, why? It's not that I'm opposed to listen, we don't need 10,000 cryptocurrencies, but even the idea of a company creating another cryptocurrency is a little weird because right now we don't really have tens of thousands of normal currencies, air quote normal currencies. Like even if you're using PayPal or Visa or MasterCard, is usually still flowing through your normal fiat currency. Like there are other payment options, but it still goes through your fiat of choice. So it's not like there's going to be very little. I'm not going to want to in the future have a Netflix coin and a Google coin and an Amazon coin to be able to like pay for things. Like I just want something to be very streamlined. And I think it just makes a lot more sense if people don't follow logic. If you just have a Bitcoin and you add that as a payment option on your decentralized platform that will allow people to. Anyway, that's the Atari news. I didn't mean to. I don't think I tore it apart, but it's more like this was major news. Everyone was kind of talking about this. It was kind of all over the place, but then it's also like why? Anyway, here's the actual announcement right here. It's on a French website. It says, acceleration of online activities within Avicii, AVICII music game, the launch of the Atari token, and an online casino for cryptocurrencies. Wonderful. Next up, Canada's financial crimes watchdog is preparing to implement its broad new virtual currency oversight powers ahead of the Financial Action Task Force's June 2020 deadline. The Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centre of Canada, or FinTrack, will begin more strictly regulating virtual currency companies, transactions, and activities following after new rules that take effect in June, the beginning of June, according to a department report released in early March. A major priority in the term will be the implementation of new regulations arising from recent legislative change that gave FinTrack new oversight of virtual currency spaces. The currency said in the report, passed as an amendment to Canada's crime finance framework last June. The sweeping powers are expected to produce an enhanced anti-money laundering ATF regime in Canada. FinTrack said in the report, FinTrack is the Canadian counterpart to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, in the United States. Some of the highlights include the requirement that companies with 10,000 Canadian dollars in the crypto activity register as a money 10,000 is like nothing. That's that means if you're a company and you make around 700 per month, you don't have to register with them. What? Which comes with new regulations. Companies must also document sender and receiver, their names, their name, their address, their birth date, their phone number, and crypto type for crypto transactions over 1,000 Canadian dollars in some instances. More extensive documentation requirements apply to transactions of 10,000 Canadian dollars and above. Violators are largely classified as minor infractions under the amendments. So, it looks like this will be worldwide on the 1st of June, based on the Financial Action Task Force's, they're not even recommendations, forced implementations. Always be aware, boys and girls, that legally you are allowed to take your cryptocurrencies off of exchanges and have them either on your computer or on a ledger or on a something else or on a cold wallet. I have a feeling that usually what ends up happening with things like this is that the grip gets tightened over the course of a couple of years. So if there are going to be restrictions here on 1,000 Canadian dollars, I have a feeling eventually that will be ramped up to around 500, if not 200. There have been a lot of cases around the world where many other places have had financial restrictions on how much of your money you can actually move around during any given time. And like I said, legally, you are still able to take them off of crypto exchanges. This is if you so choose to do so, and have them on a ledger or have them somewhere else, because we're going to get to a point very quick, very quick, where I think, and by quick, I mean throughout the course of humanity to right now, it'll take about 5 years for crypto to become a major thing. If at some point you end up having 300, 400, 500,000 in crypto and you can only move around 1,000 of it without being told what to do, in other countries, there are also restrictions on if you move too much, you have to tell the bank, or you have to tell them why you're moving this money around. It's very weird. I've been in situations before. I was buying an apartment and I was told, why are you moving this money? And I thought the person was joking, and I was like, because it's mine. And they were like, yeah, no, we have to know. And I was like, okay, this is getting weird. Anyway, what's the phrase? Not your keys, not your crypto. Not your crypto, not your keys. Just make sure you know what's going on. This is why I give you news like this. Because as long as you're within the legal bounds within your country, do so to protect your money. Anyway. Yeah. And to finish things off, the latest Bitcoin adoption news comes from one of the oldest Italian banks. It's called Banca Sella. I assume that's what it's called. The bank launched a Bitcoin trading service conducted on its platform called Hype. Yep, they actually called it Hype. The beta testing should be done within the next few days, and the service will be online for all customers. Founded in 1886, Banca Sella is among the well-known banking institutions in Italy. Its Hype platform, which now introduced a Bitcoin trading service, already operates with over 1.2 million citizens. The platform's new addition is currently in beta testing stages, available only to a small group of clients. According to the website, the testing period should be completed in a few more days, and it will be available to all customers. Once the Bitcoin trading service is live, the bank will act as an intermediary to reduce potential security risks with cryptocurrency exchanges. This was, it's funny that I have it at the end of the thing. This was the news that's everywhere news. Everyone was talking. I mean, it is fairly significant, but I told you this was going to happen. That a whole bunch of banks would start getting into the cryptocurrency space. One of the oldest Italian banks, almost said on the planet, Italy, is now getting into cryptocurrencies. And you'd better believe if they end up showing good profits, making good money, or they make good money off of the Bitcoin that they're probably allegedly already holding, that other banks in Italy would also get into this as well. We are in the midst of what appears to be a recession, and a lot of other people are now opening up their arms to the cryptocurrency space. Expect more of this to happen in a city near you, because it's fairly obvious. Banks don't get into something like, why would a bank get into something that's only 11 years old? Think about that. Cryptocurrencies are not that old. They're not an industry that's been around for a very long time. Why take a huge bet on something that could fail? It's probably because they know it's not going to fail. Anyway, that's the Italian bank Bitcoin trading, Italian Bitcoin news. Yeah. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Yasha Harari. Ooh, sorry. Who couldn't breathe? Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Josh Gorsica, Tsongololo, A Bibliophobia, The Animal Reader, John Sarson, Mr. Pickles, Nostromo, Barebones Mining, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohamed Maroney, Master Ventures in Thailand, Brady Neal, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Adobo, Mill Wheezy, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Nicholas Renault, One Piece, One Love, Richie Rich, The Third, Nick Kanaya, Setsuna, Damien, Vlad the Impaler, Crypto and Beer, Shipmate, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller hits chest every day and Kyle skips leg day. Yes to Crypto, Boaty McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arf Medic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and hold on, I have to sneeze. Thank you all very, very much for your support, and thank you to every single person who is a member of the channel. I thank you abundantly. That's not a phrase, but you know exactly what I'm trying to say at the moment. My neighbors love me. I'm like screaming. It's early in the morning. It's early in the morning. I'm like screaming over here. They love me. At the moment, the cryptocurrency market is down. This is slightly to be expected. We did rocket up in price over the last, 48 hours for some reason? Not this 48 hours, but the other 48 hours back here. So, the weekend, everything's in red. Bitcoin is currently down by 8.63%. Ethereum is down by 12%. XRP down 10%. You get the trend that I'm trying to say. Stablecoins are in green. Hey. Besides that, I expected a lull weekend. What is Glitzcoin? I expected a lull weekend anyway. Time will tell, or rather, let's see if stock futures continue to dictate the future prices of the cryptocurrency market. It looks like, as we are $82 away from $6,000, that we may see a below $6,000 Bitcoin. I will begin to hold my breath again to see if the price is going to go down, to see if I should buy some more. If not, if we end up hitting 7,000 in a day or two, I will FOMO again into the market and start buying ravenously, not the word I wanted to use, because I want more crypto. A lot of people have been noting that, rather, I know that people are at home. A lot of people have been, a lot of comments saying that people are very bored at home. And they've been asking me to make more videos. I'm going to try to make more videos. I haven't done remember I used to do news I missed. I think I might bring back news I missed during these tumultuous times, just to give people more stuff to kind of zone out and listen to. There's also a lot of news I missed. I've missed a lot of news over the last couple of weeks. I've given you kind of the bread and butter. I've given you the best parts, if you will. There's been a lot of really weird stuff happening in the cryptocurrency space. So I think I'll make a news I missed video just to give you all something to do. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.